Today we're going to be doing a comparison between the Flare 58 and the Breville with the Slayer mod installed, the Breville Dual Boiler. But first off, I want to say welcome to Bean's Coffee Corner. This channel is designed to help you choose coffee gear you want to brew with at home. If you're looking at purchasing any of these equipment, please use the link below where I'll make a slight commission at no extra charge to you. That'll help fund this channel. Also, please like and subscribe. That really helps me continue to grow as a YouTuber. I also have an Instagram account called Bean's Coffee Corner. You're more than welcome to follow me there. Let's go ahead and dive in. So we have the Flare 58 sitting at $580, and we have the Breville Dual Boiler sitting at $1,600. So this is triple the price. The Breville Dual Boiler is triple the price, which I think is absolutely insane. So my goal with this video is to help you answer which one is the one to go for and which one meets your needs the best. And spoiler alert, there's not one particular answer that is indefinite for all people. It all just kind of depends on what your needs are as a coffee consumer. So starting off, this is a fully manual machine. You need a kettle to heat it up. So you heat it up with this electronic board here, and it has like an Xbox power brick looking cable here. And you click this 3 times, it'll heat up, and it'll heat this chamber up. Then you have to pour water into it to pull your shot. So you need a kettle or something to boil water to kind of do that. And then once you're finished pulling your shot, you have to lift up the handle one more time and then purge through, and you'll have some leftover excess water you have to get out of this chamber in order to kind of dump the grounds of the portafilter. This one, yeah, you basically just click this button here and you're good to go after you turn it on. So there's 2 things that I did for both of these mods, which I'd recommend for anything, is buying one of these switch bots. And both of these allow you to remotely hit the buttons on here. So I can remotely turn this on, or I can set this to turn on at, say, 8 o'clock in the morning, and at lunch, whenever I want to make coffee, and I know I do it in a typical day, I can have this remotely turn on for me. Same with the Flare as well, as long as I'm within Bluetooth range or I set it to a schedule. So that's a must feature. It's a $30 thing that makes it super, super convenient. The Breville Dual Boiler has a timer that you can set on it to turn on 1 time, but I like to have coffee multiple times in the day, so I set it for 2 times and put it on there so I can have the Bluetooth. I did get these handles custom made from Etsy. So I got the steamer over here, and then I switched the hot water tap for the Slayer mod. The Slayer mod, and why this makes it a little bit better, is the Slayer mod removes this hot water nozzle here, and it allows you to control the flow of the water coming from the group head. So you can shut it off, turn it on, slow ramp it up, slow ramp it down, similar to the machine called the Slayer, which is a $10,000 espresso machine. So I got these knobs custom made for this and also the portafilter that is bottomless to match it. And then I'll probably make the machine matte black, so stay tuned for that video. So there's a couple things that I want to note on why you would go one or the other one. This one allows you to control pressure. So if you've heard of a machine called the Decent Espresso Machine, it has a tablet on the top of it that you can control everything. You can do similar things with this that you can with the Decent, except you have to manually control the lever. That gives you so much control and so much freedom and so much opportunities to grow with your espresso over the course of time, something that you don't get with a lot of other machines, especially at the $580 price point. So it's an incredible value. It has a 58mm portafilter, which is one of the only manual machines that I know of that has one, which allows you to use any accessory that you already have for a 58mm machine. So baskets, tampers, distribution tools, all that stuff will work with the Flare 58, and it also works with the Breville Dual Boiler. The Breville Dual Boiler has 2 boilers in it, so basically it has to be plugged on. You fill it with the water tank here, and it heats up, and then you brew your shot, and that's about it, and it steams milk. There's a lot of other features in here that I don't want to get in, but at 3 times the price, I want to say this, which might shock and surprise some of you. The Flare 58 does make a better shot. In my personal opinion, after using the Flare for a year, and I've had 6 months of the Breville Dual Boiler, I just recently got a newer one, so I had the older version of the Breville Dual Boiler, but it's pretty much going to taste the same. And comparing these side by side, taking shot after shot with them, I've had mornings where I've done both of these side by side consistently in the morning, so 1 shot each, and then in the afternoon, and did that for a number amount of times over different coffees, and it was very, very close, but I think I could always pull a shot better in most circumstances with the Flare 58 because of that control that you get over pressure. And I would prefer pressure control rather than flow control that you get with the Breville. But here's the thing, this makes better shots, but I actually sold this, and this is going to a new home, to keep this. And the reason I did that is for milk drinks. This has no steamer, and I like having it attached to the machine. It's just way more convenient. And it's convenient in a lot of ways in the fact that I can flip this hot water knob completely open. So that means it's going out at full level. And I can basically click this 2-button thing, and it will spew off about 36 grams of coffee to my 18-gram shot, which means I don't have to put a scale underneath of it. And I can just click and go. So if I'm doing coffee for 5 or 6 people, I can basically dial in a shot one time, and then I don't have to use a scale anymore, and I can just click that button and it will go and it will automatically stop water. And if I don't feel like doing that, I can click the manual button and then I can control the water flow with this, and I can still see my pressure here. It allows me to adjust the temperature of both the steam wand and the brew head boiler. So it's an overall very incredible machine. And I like it. It does get a lot of bad rap for for reliability issues. A lot of people say they break down, but my last dual boiler I took apart and I accidentally broke because I didn't put it back together correctly, and I blew the circuit board in it. That was after 9 years of use with that Breville dual boiler. So 9 years for a $1,600 machine I think is a pretty good time, and I'm the one who broke it. The Flare I do think is going to last longer because there's no parts that ever need to replace on it. But if you're willing to tinker a little bit, you can make this a credible machine, and it's super easy to do. And you just have to move a few tubes on the inside to do the Slayer mod, and you're good to go. And if you're having a group of people over, this machine can handle it. The Flare can handle it too, but it's not going to be near as convenient, and it's going to be a little bit harder to use. So in other words, I can pull my shot, and while my shot's going here, I can steam the milk with the steamer because it's a dual boiler. Or if I'm doing iced coffee for a lot of people, I can click that 2-cup button, automatically spew out the shot, and then I can already be grinding with my second portafilter for the next shot coming down the road, and keep switching that. And it goes a little bit quicker than having to fill up and purge water every single time. But I do love the Flare because this is an entry-level point espresso machine. Like Flare in general, not necessarily this one. You can get them all the way down to like $130 for the Neo. I think the Flare Pro 2 is $325, and this one is $580. So you have a lot of different options in here, and nothing really catches even close to the Flare when it comes to quality of shots. I've tried up to a $4,000 machine, and I would choose the Flare hands down for quality of shots any day over any other machine that I've personally used. I'm sure they're out there, but for me personally, the Flare just produces incredible shots. The Breville is more convenient. So you got to ask the question on, is it worth spending extra money for convenience and to have a steam wand arm? If that's the case, then Breville is the way to go. If you're looking for the best quality shots, you don't drink a ton of milk, the Flare Pro 2 or the Flare 58 is the way to go. And I'm excited to see what they do next, but this machine is absolutely credible and has blown me away in so many levels. And it's just something that, like, I really believe for a lot of people, this could be the end game machine if you're not pulling a lot of shots back to back for a lot of people. If you don't tend to have a ton of people over at your house to make them coffee, this is the way to go. I also wanted to switch to this machine solely because this was one of my dream machines that I've had the goal of getting for 7 years now, and it finally became achievable for me, so I'm thankful for your support in that. But I also test a lot of grinders on this YouTube channel, so right now I have 3 sitting on my coffee bar, and this machine makes it a little bit easier for me to go through all those grinders and test them in every single way that I want to, in the best ways that I can for you. It just makes it a little bit quicker for that. However, I am really nervous about owning a machine that's brand new because you have maintenance and you have things that you have to take care of, and you don't have that kind of issue with the Flare. On all of my Flares, I think I've had to replace O-rings one time out of all the Flares that I've owned. And this one I know I'm going to have to do a lot more work, and I've already done more maintenance on this than I have on the Flare of any kind that I've owned. So that's something you have to think about when you look through all these things. But they're both great machines. You really can't go wrong with any of them. It's just, if convenience worth it, and if convenience is worth an extra $1,000, this is the machine to go. Also, I do want to say a special thank you to a guy that I met on Etsy named Anthony, who custom made all of these and makes them for Breville machines. go check him out. There's a link in the description below, but he did give me these at a discount to kind of promote on my channel, so I would love it if you would help him out. I don't get commission off of it, but these things are top notch, and it makes the machine, in my opinion, look so much better. They come in different color options, but I got this light colored option because a lot of my stuff is matte black and tan, matte black and the light wood, and I'm hoping to make this Breville matte black soon. So be on the lookout for that. If you have any questions on any of these machines, please let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching, and remember to please like and subscribe.